NFL free agency is coming to an end. A lot of the big names are off the board. Teams are getting ready for the NFL draft. Let me know your favorite signing for your team down in the comments. Today, we are going to be going over every team's top signing. Per my opinion, we're giving it a grade. We're going to talk about it, starting with the Arizona Cardinals. Josh Sweat, 2024 stats, 27 solo tackles, 8 sacks. The risk. Can he produce like he did on the Eagles D-line? That Eagles D-line is a culture at this point. It is something that teams are looking at to build Super Bowl winning teams. You got a lot of production in there. You got a lot of guys. You got a lot of rotation. Is Josh Sweat going to be able to be on the Cardinals and do that in a more, let's say, unstable D lineman room? That's how we'll put that. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers. Nate Hobbs, cornerback. The risk of adding Nate Hobbs. Let me know if you've heard this before, Green Bay. An injury-prone cornerback. This team has the most injury-prone secondary I may have ever seen, and you're adding a guy who has huge upside potential, but he is injury-prone. I'm giving this signing a D-. Let me know what y'all think about that. Next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, DK Metcalf. The only risk of this signing being bad, by the way, we're giving it an A+. A trade, signing, same thing, offseason movement. The only bad thing we're going to say about this, if you don't get this man a quarterback, this trade was all for nothing. Personally, I would bring in Russell Wilson over Aaron Rodgers. That's a video for a different time. Let me know who you want to see quarterback the Steelers down in the comments. Next, we have A.J. Dillon to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I am a big believer in when you got a running back coming off a massive season like Saquon, there are some things that can happen. I'm not wishing injury on anyone. We've seen it happen time and time again. Massive years, you come in, your production falls off. That's how we'll put it. A.J. Dillon, I think, is a massive addition to the running back room. The downside is he's coming off an injury last year. I feel like he's coming off an injury the year before. I feel like he's had a pretty injury-ridden career. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm giving the signing a B. Next, we have the New York Jets, Justin Fields. Now, the risk for this, if he did not take anything away from sitting behind Russell Wilson last year, this team is going to be an absolute disaster. I'm giving it a high grade. I'm giving it a B. I think there's a lot of potential here, but if he took nothing away, if he's going back out here running out of clean pockets, this team is going to go downhill fast. We have the New York Giants safety, Javon Holland. Stats in 2024, 42 tackles. They paid the man a lot of money, but this is for a safety that really doesn't cause a lot of turnovers. You probably could have kept, I forgot who they had, McKinney back there. I forget who they had back at safety before. Probably could have given him the money. I feel like he's potentially a better safety. We're giving this signing a C. We have the New Orleans Saints, Justin Reed, a massive signing this offseason, but the Saints have hard times hitting with safeties in free agency. They go get dogs and they just start to not pan out. 61 total tackles, 2 interceptions. Can he still produce on another team that's not ran by Spags? Give me a B for the signing grade. We have the New England Patriots, Harold Landry, now a team that struggled with the pass rush terribly in the 2024 season, is getting a guy with 42 tackles, 9 sacks. He does have injury concerns, but they need a pass rusher that bad, and they desperately need Landry out there producing. Give me a B. We have the Minnesota Vikings, just traded for running back Jordan Mason. They matched the second year, I forget what they called it. It was like a round 2 tenure, something like that. They matched it. The 49ers didn't match back, so the trade went through. 2024 stats, 789 yards, 3 touchdowns, a injury-ridden running back room with the 49ers. Ran down, beat up, coming off injury, but can he produce in the backfield with Aaron Jones? And I think it's a solid backup for Aaron Jones, who has had injury problems in the past. We have the LA Rams, Davante Adams, the man, the myth, the legend. Looks like he is not tapering off anytime soon. 2024 stats, 1,084 yards, 8 touchdowns. I think he's going to do a lot of great things with Puka Nacua in that locker room. I think Puka's going to be able to take a lot from him. I think it's really just a transition. I think Cooper Kupp's a great wide receiver. I think Davante Adams is a healthy wide receiver. The risk showing up and slowing down, but there's no signs of him slowing down anytime soon. So I think this is a good signing for the LA Rams. Next, we have the LA Chargers, Najee Harris. What you're getting in Najee Harris compared to bringing back one of your other running backs, you're getting a guy that has stayed healthy his whole career. He's rushed for 1,000 yards every year in the league, 6 touchdowns. Can he stay healthy? And you're getting him for probably cheaper than you would have got the other guys for. We have the Las Vegas Raiders getting Eric Stokes. The risk and these are a lot of risk for a lot of guys, a lot of teams adding depth. Can he stay healthy? He could add depth to the secondary, and they're slowly building their secondary up. I like it, but is he going to be able to stay on the field? Give me a C for the signing grade. We have the Washington Commanders, who kicked off free agency for us, trading for wide receiver Deebo Samuel. The risk, maybe he's washed, but being able to play just wide receiver, I think is going to do a lot for his health. I think he's going to be wide receiver too. I think he's going to get a lot of open looks in the middle of the field. I'm giving this signing a A. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, who have potentially our worst off-season signing thus far. As you see, we're giving it a grade of an F, but it's for a position they desperately need. Jalen Moore, the risk, he's a career backup, and is he better than the guys that are going to be potentially competing with him for the position? The Chiefs desperately need him to be on that terrible-looking O-line after losing Joe Thuney. We have the Seattle Seahawks, Cooper Kupp. Can he stay healthy? I think this is a big signing for Seattle, especially go and get Sam Darnold, coming out of a wide receiver room that had Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. He was moving into a wide receiver room that just lost DK Metcalf. You got JSN. You have Jake Bobo, who I think is a solid wide receiver. Cooper Kupp is going to teach these guys a lot, but is he going to be able to stay on the field? We have the Jacksonville Jaguars signing Patrick Meraki. I want to say I probably 100% said that wrong. The risk, not amazing in the run game, but adding a tackle or guard, I forget which one he is, adding O-line to the Jacksonville Jaguars to protect your franchise quarterback is an amazing signing. Give me an A+. I think he's one of the, I want to say, I'm saying guard. I think one of the best guard, if he's one of the best linemen in the game currently, other than the run game and the pass protect. He is really amazing, though. We're gonna have to see how that pans out. The San Francisco 49ers. I really couldn't find a signing I wanted to hype up. I just wanted to bring this one up. Mac Jones. This might be a way of trying to get quarterback Brock Purdy to take a little less money, trying to, a little security blanket. Look, we'll rock without you if we need to. I did not mean to give this signing an A+. Probably give this signing a C. It's Mac Jones. Not a lot going on there. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts. Danny Dimes, signing grade of C. They said in the offseason they were going to bring in a guy to compete with AR, and when you got AR and Danny Dimes competing, no one on the team is winning here. None of these guys are your answer. I don't know what you're going to have to do with the quarterback position, but this is not it. We have the Houston Texans, Mario Edwards Jr., the risk, no real risk. The Texans are taking an Eagles-esque approach. They already have an amazing D-line. They're adding solid depth to it. Give me an A for the signing. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens, DeAndre Hopkins. Now, the man is towards the end of his career. He's not looking like the D-Hop he used to. 2024 stats, 56 catches, 610 yards. The risk. How much does D-Hop have left in the tank? 5 years removed from an all-pro appearance, but knowledge is Key, I think what he can bring to the young guys in this wide receiver room can be unmatched. If it's not on the field, it could be off the field. Next, we have the Detroit Lions. I'm giving this signing a C. DJ Reed, the risk. Losing Carlton Davis is big, and this is a Band-Aid signing for an already weak secondary. Yes, Lions fans, your secondary is weak. With injuries, without injuries. And this is going to be an interesting move from the Lions. Next, we have the Denver Broncos, who have probably had one of the best off seasons thus far. I gave this signing a B+. Evan Ingram, 2024 stats, 47 catches, 365 yards. Obviously, the risk coming off an injury filled season. Can he bounce back? I heard the Jags didn't bring him back because he failed his physical. The Broncos must have saw something. High risk, high reward. Evan Ingram, have a season in Denver, brother. Next, we have everyone's least favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. Their top signing for me, Solomon Thomas, 2024 stats, 15 tackles. That is, I can assure you, he did not have 25 sacks last season. That's probably supposed to be 2.5 sacks. The risk. Can he get and maintain the motor going? The good thing for the Cowboys here, they can always draft a D tackle in the draft. They're in prime position for it, making Solomon Thomas a solid rotation piece. Next, we have the Browns, Malik Collins, O-lineman or D lineman, can't remember. 2024 D lineman. 2024 stats, 20 tackles, 5 sacks. The risk. He is not a great run defender, but if you put some edges around him, he's gonna be solid. After that, we have the Cincinnati Bengals signing TJ Slayton, 2024 stats, 15 tackles, 1 sack. Another guy, not solid, or actually, my bad. He is a solid nose tackle, solid D tackle. You gotta surround him by solid edge rushers so he can stay in the middle and do his job and stuff that run. This is a big signing for the Bengals because their defense is an absolute shambles. Next, we have the Chicago Bears, one of our last 4 teams, and I think this is one of the best signings in free agency. Joe Thuney, 2024 stats. Obviously, I messed up there. Not a tackle or not a defensive player. He is an offensive guard, one of the best offensive guards in the game, arguably the best offensive guard in the game, but this is the last year of his contract. Can he bring enough to the Bears? And can the Bears convince him to stay? And can he help that O-lineman room progress? Next, we have the Carolina Panthers, Treshaun Wharton, 2024 stats, 18 tackles, 6.5 sacks. The risk, he's ranked at the bottom of the run stuff, which the Panthers need desperately. The signing is a C- to me. I would be looking for them to go potentially D tackle in the draft. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills signing Joey Bosa, 17 tackles, 5 sacks last season. Can Bosa overcome the injuries that have riddled his career? I feel like every year there's something wrong with Joey Bosa. Yet I still think it's an upgrade at the pass rush. I'm giving this signing a B+. And that concludes our 2025 NFL free agent signings. If your team signed someone better you think that I missed, let us know down in the comments. Don't forget, like and follow.